All right. Shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, share, and I will rest therein. Just coming with a little something here, and really wanting you to ask yourself, don't ask others, but ask yourself these questions: which really side are you on? Who do you turn to? Who do you lead to? Who do you understand, or who do you trust? Okay. uh just ask yourself. Deborah going to ask several questions that's going to cause you to kind of think of who you really, what side are you really on? Okay. But I want to share something with you uh, that came to me earlier today, and I thought it was really interesting. It was said to my spirit that there are those who are threatened by others. And he said, you, Deborah, you would look at it and you would think that one is how would I say it, speaking what they think they know or what they feel they know, but it's not even that. And I thought that was really strange because I'm like, where are we going with this? He said there are people who are threatened by the progress of other people here on these devil platforms. I'm like saying, well, all of it's going to hell, so who cares? But it was something that was really powerful. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth of the whole matter. This didn't come to me once. This came to me about a couple of months ago, the same thing. People will get on this devil platform speaking regarding others so heavy, and they would take their subscribers to a place that they should not do. They shouldn't do that, because what you're doing is you're using this platform for exactly what Sister Deborah said that it is, the devil's platform. And you are playing the devil's game on the devil's platform. So to me, as a prophetess in the wilderness, now that I know that, now I know individuals with that mindset, and it's so heavy, they are serving Satan on his platform. Because when it came to me, I was like, oh yeah. I said, and I thought about, wait a minute, a couple of months ago, this same topic came to me. It says that there are people on these platforms that are hating and speaking against others on the platform. And he said, he said, now you would think because of what the other person is teaching or what the other person is doing or saying, or you know or something like that. He said, no, it's so sad, but it's so revealing. And it was telling me about how they use the platforms, and the moment they hear about or they see with their natural eyes and they hear about someone else that's out beating them, okay, okay, or outweighing them in subscribers and likes, they go hunting for words to speak negative of the individual because it does something to them. It soothes their hate. It soothes their feeling that there are others out there that are bypassing their numbers, bypassing their subscribers, their likes, and they don't like that. So it's not that they hate the individual or they despise the individual. It's just that it is that they hate. And they do, I mean, it is that they hate and they despise, all due to the devil platform. It was just showing me, and how he was showing me, he said, do you see how they don't come to your platform? You know why? They're not threatened by you. And I said, what do you mean? What are you trying to say to me? What are you trying to say? He said, just listen to this. They're not threatened by you. That's why you should be able to discern that they are serving wicked and evil, because they're not threatened by you. They're not threatened by what you're saying. They're not moved by what you're saying. You know why? And I sat there in that car. I said, what? Since we there already. Why? He said, even though you're speaking spirit and truth with the power of the light in spirit and truth, he said, yeah, you're not threatened. They don't fear you because you ain't got enough likes nor subscribers. They are feared by individual who has likes and subscribers, either nailing them behind them that close or has bypassed them. Those are the one they want to come and minister it to those who have subscribed to them. I told you all, and I think it probably was about 2 months ago, there are people who use this platform thinking they're representing something like a church, and they think they're famous because they got so many people following them. It messes with them here. And it messes with them here and in their hearts. So what he's saying to me made a lot of sense. See, he had to tell me, he had to break it down. He said, let me tell you how. He broke it down even lower than that. Let me tell you. He said, they're not afraid. They're not threatened by you. The word that you speak has power and authority. They're not afraid of that. They don't fear me, Deborah. They're not threatened by spirit and truth, nor the light. That don't threaten them. Only things threatens them is to see another person with more subscribers and likes than they have. And y'all, I don't know if you can go back, probably if it was a month or 2 months ago, where I did a video on it. And when it was said to me, it says, and let me take you all the way there. They don't have any fear of me, nor are they representing me. So you are not a threat to them. That's why they won't come to your page. That's why they won't address you on nothing, because they only want to address those who they are threatened by their likes, their subscribers, and how their numbers are rising above theirs. So then they want to come in, introduce all their subscribers to chaos. Why would they do that? And proclaiming they represent the Most High Yah. Why are you going to introduce your whole platform to chaos? Because you want them to feel like you feel. That's why. So it's a game being played. And I told y'all, these platforms is the devil's platform. And they're using these platforms to play the game. And they think that's what life is about, is getting people to agree with them as they keep up chaos. If you are about the light, you ain't got no business rumbling about what the dark is receiving, unless you are envy and jealous. You see, regarding the dark getting subscribers and likes. So when you're envy and jealous about it, then you're going to bring all these people that listen to you and that has subscribed to you and like you, hate this other person. Do you see? Y'all don't get what I'm saying. So the spirit was showing me they ain't going to do you because you ain't got nothing that they feel threatens them. But those who have more likes and subscribers and the world is paying them more attention, oh no, they ain't going for it. Especially if they've been on here 15 and 20 years. They looking at everybody that's gaining more subscribers and likes, especially the tribe of Judah, males and definitely females. If y'all said, Deborah, I need you to call out those that's in the body of Hamashiach that are the out here faking healing people, faking it. I need you to call out all the pastors that's not really pastors. I need you to call out, use this devil platform to call out all the, how would I say it, the priests, all the priests that you see. Call them out. Use this devil platform, call these people out. This is where you know that this truly is what Sister Deborah said, a devil platform. And people been on here for years playing this game. Because it's no calling in the body of Hamashiach that one can call another one and say that they are not who they supposed to be when they don't even know who they are. Does that make any sense? How can Sister Deborah tell you you ain't who you supposed to be when I don't know who I am? Does that don't make any sense to it? That's why you know that this is a game on this platform. And I told you all that from the first day I got on YouTube, I called it a devil platform. Why? Because when I got on there before I opened up a page, I saw so much devilish, evil things going on till I didn't see any light. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I get on thinking I'm going to bring the light. But like he said, the reason why they don't mess with you is because they don't see that you are threatening them. They don't feel that truth is their worst enemy. That's how deep he was breaking it down to me today. And I was like, I wouldn't have never even got in that topic. But yeah, he was explaining it to me. They don't think truth is worth anything. They don't give a rat's behind about righteous. They don't care about spirit and truth. They don't care about no light. They're not threatened by those things, he said. Only thing they are threatened by are individuals on this devil platform who have more likes and subscribers than they do. And guess what they do? Let's take, for instance, if it was me. If I had 2,000 subscribers, and what do you think about this? Y'all tell me, what do you think about this? If I had 2,000 subscribers, and I get on here and tell you that this person is this. Let me pull up some scripture. This. And it's a lot of them out there. And if you ask me what calling or purpose that you have in Yah that gives you the authority to call out all of them, did he call you to call out? You see what I'm saying? Did he order you and chose you, ordain and predestined you to call out all the others? They wouldn't even be able to answer it. First and foremost, y'all don't rumble that way. What they do not understand, those that are following you and not y'all. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You is not giving people no food for their spirit and no light in the midst of this darkness. They're following you because of your chaos you like to keep up. Yes, you might have been doing it for 15 and 20 years, but that's what Judith loved, is chaos. And you are one on this devil platform that's been on here for so long, feel the need to make sure you keep it up. Even when you are envy and jealous of others who have out-subscribed you and out-liked you with likes and subscribers. Now, that's really the truth of the whole matter. That's what he was explaining to me. They hate. He said they hate because they're envy and jealous of the fact that they got more subscribers and more likes. So they have to get on a platform where they got 200,000 subscribers and bench what is it? What's that word? Is it bench off or say negative things so that all those 2,000 people can hear them making a choice to be the judge and executioner of who's who and what's what without the anointing, without the appointed position, nor without the authority. And that's what I say that's sad. So I really do embrace what he was saying to me in my spirit today, because that made me realize I need not to have all those subscribers and likes, because it makes me lose my calling as a prophetess. Because then it tells me, tell your church, because that's where they're at. They're in your church. They go to your church. Your page is their church. And you keeping chaos up in their ears. No spirit and truth of the Most High God do one has on this Sabbath day to give individual, since you want to use the Sabbath as if you so holy than thou. But you're going to give them negative things to make them dislike the one that has outnumbered you. Praise the Most High. That's deep to me. It's just like saying, if I had 200,000 subscribers, I'm going to get on YouTube and talk about all these people saying they this, all of them, and tell you and tell all these 2,000 people that they ain't something by God. They ain't who they say they are. They ain't this and they did. What made you come to that conclusion? Because their numbers outweighed yours. They subscribers and their likes outbeat your number. This is what I've even seen amongst even the men toward certain prophets and prophetess. They has a tendency of hating on them because their numbers are higher than their numbers. Their subscribers and likes are higher than their numbers of subscribers and likes. So they hate on them. So how do they get how do they nourish? How do they cover that hate that they have? And y'all do not know this here. This is why I told y'all this is truly a devil platform. You all walk to and fro and don't see it to be that, because you really don't understand what type of platform this is. You really don't. You think you people on here telling the truth of the whole matter. No, they using it. They using this platform as they used it for 10 to 15 years, 20 years. They have not used it to do no bring no light in the midst of darkness, nor are the spirit and truth that you're bringing out in such a time as this, which is that day. So they following the footprints of Satan. This is his DAY, and they following it. So it was just talking to me, saying that to me, and I was like, I thought of that. I said, I think I know I did. I did a video on it a couple of months ago, because I said it came to me once before why I couldn't understand why all these people are against this individual, especially the men. When I check their pages, I'm seeing them with numbers way below the ones that they talking negative about. So right then I realized, wait a minute, they playing a game on this devil platform. And you know what? The Father said something. He said, and only one can understand it is those that are in Yah, and Yah is in them. Those that abide in him and he in them. That's the only one. When he said, if it was so, it could fool the very elect. He said, but it ain't so. If it was so. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand, what if it were so. They don't understand what that means. That means if it was possible, and it's not, it will fool the who? The very elect. Being the elect, I'm telling you over and over, this platform is truly the devil's platform. And they using it and playing it for all it's worth. You see, they want to use it to brainwash their 200 subscribers and likes when they are offended, when they are hating on others who outbeat their numbers. Why? Because they're getting more attention than they are. That's why they don't come over to the Deborah's page, because they are not threatened by the truth. That's what the Spirit told me. He said they ain't threatened by the truth. What you speaking, spirit and truth, they ain't threatened by that. They don't fear me. They don't have a fear in them regarding me. So what do they look at? She ain't got no subscribers and likes. Ain't nobody listening to her. Well, this is what he was saying to me earlier this morning. I'm like, where is all this coming from? But when he backed that thing up and said, they don't have a fear of y'all. That's what he said. He said they don't have any fear of him. They don't have any concern about not having spirit and truth. And I'm like, well, I saw that two months ago. But he said, you was looking at how they get offended and how they swing their subscribers and their likes into their messages to hear their negativity and their way. Say, for instance, somebody say something and they don't like it. They'll bounce back with another message to get the whole subscriber crew that they have to make them feel better. Because the subscribers is always going to tell them, oh, yeah, baby, you're right. I love what you said. Yep, you sure right. Yep. And that person might not give them no spirit and truth, not zip. But all of the subscribers are praising what the individual is saying. The Father said, touch not my anointed and mean them no harm. The last thing I would say that one should take out in this day and time, in this day, is to, if you are not called, appointed, and anointed by the Most High Yah, and he is not abiding in you, and you are not teaching spirit and truth with the light in your right hand, and you're out here leading the mass and the multitude in your own self-understanding, your own belief, because you figure you didn't build you a church at your house, and you can teach the multitude. You can teach them whatever you want, but Yah is watching your every move and how wicked and evil your teaching has been, because it brought no glory to him, no honor to him, no recognition of who he is, what he stands for, what he's about, how he's the beginning and the end, how he's going to start, how he started the beginning, how he's going to wrap this end up. He's sitting here saying there's so much we all could be talking about in Revelation, because that's what we up on us right now. But we out here wanting to talk about stuff that is no connection to him. He said that's the saddest part. But when he told me that they have built their church within themselves and call their subscribers and likes, this is my members, and they run to them. The same thing with Pastor Dow. Many of these women have also done it too. And they've been on here 10, 15, 20 years and ain't telling you nothing that's connected to spirit and truth. They don't feel they have to. Since you're going to put them famous and put them on a pedestal, they said, well, we'll just give you, whenever somebody offend us, we'll put a video and get you to praise us on down. Whenever somebody is outbeating me with my subscribers and likes, I do a video against them all so that y'all can start chopping them down. That's the name of the game they playing. I told you. This is the devil platform. So I just thank the spirit of the Most High Yah for bringing that to my attention. That's the sort of game that is being played, and they loving it. They are loving it. Okay, now this is another thing was said. Okay, which side are you really on, or do you know? A lot of times we pretty much know where we stand in this day and time. It's just, are we willing to own that thing? And to own that thing, you got to feel that thing. And what I believe today, ain't nobody feeling it. So if you ain't feeling it, you can't own what you can't feel. So I think people are more so just accepting that they are who they say that they are, and that's good enough. But I like to ask you this, really, who are you? Really? And what side are you on? Okay, are you waiting truly? Are you really waiting truly for Yah? Are you waiting for man? Are you waiting for Yah? Or are you waiting for man? That's a good question. Who are you really? And what side you are really on? Who do you trust in? Do you trust in your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your children, your sisters, your brothers, your neighborhood, your neighbors, your friends? Or do you trust in the Most High Yah? You trust in what you can see, so you believe you have the right to trust in only what you can see? Or do you also think about what about the unseen? That's it's really clearly seen. Everything you see, he created. But yet, are you trusting in what you see or what you see not? Really, which side are you on? Who are you trusting in for your healing? Who are you really trusting in this day and time for your healing, for your deliverance? Oh, I know. Are you trusting in the doctor who can prescribe you medicine? Or are you trusting in Yah who have given you faith? One is what you need for your body. The other one is what you need for your spirit. Now, I wonder, what side are you on? And which one do you think they can outweigh the other? Just something to think about. What side you on? Okay. Now, we tend to think, and say over and over, we are on one side, but our actions, our thought, our feelings, our emotions pretty much lean to the other side. So I, Sister Deborah, say take this time, this year, because Sister Deborah doing something special this year too, you guys. I'm taking this year to do something really special. And a matter of fact, it's going to include many in the long run. It's going to include many. The plan that I have, and I'm already stepped into it. It's going to include many. And I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for others because I already know what is before us. It just seems like it's moving at a slow pace, but I believe it's waiting for an appointed, quickened second. And then that's when it all gonna go tumbling down. So I am already working on something that is not even, you know what, you guys, I have lived 63 years and realized all those years it never been about me. Never been about me. Never been about me. And what has that done to me? It caused me to have a mindset that nothing can and shall be about me. Because for so long, it was always about how I can do for others. Always been my whole life. My ex-husband said something to me. He said, now you're helping your son start this. He said, but when you had this same business, he sat there and he told me, but I get sick of him telling me because he told me 5 times in 1 week. I don't need him to keep drilling in my head what I did. You know what he told me? My ex-husband, you know what he said? You gave all the money away. I don't need you to tell me that. I know that. That's how cuckoo clock I am. And I don't know if I'm cuckoo clock on that side. I just ain't got no sense. That's just it. So he done said it to me 5 times. Yesterday I told him don't go there no more. I said, I'm already asking y'all to give this certain number. Bless this situation so that I can help many. And the first thing he said again, so you can give it all away. Look, I'm me, you. I want to be about my Father's business. Because nothing gonna come to deliver us outside of his right hand. But until that time come, I want to be with people and in the place where we just waiting on him. You see what I'm saying? And I'm asking the Most High Yah to see it through. Then he said again, so you can give everything away. So what? When he taught me at 58 that he was gave, only reason why he shared it with me then, I was on the floor crying and hooping and hollering, said, I don't understand. I don't understand this. All my life, I've been created to give. Give. And here it is, I am. I want you to tell me what's wrong with me. Because I thought I had an illness, you guys. Because I couldn't stop. I couldn't control it. So you know how some people have drink alcohol? Some people do drugs. Some people have this porno, lust, lying spirit. When Sister Deborah had a spirit of give, gave, and none of it made sense. It didn't matter to me. I thought about when I used to sit up in the front of the TV, just up on the television. You know, we didn't have nothing like this here, but up, just looking at it, even when it was a black and white one, sitting here looking at all they used to. I don't know if you all remember, they used to show a lot of pictures of Africa and Sudan, what are those babies and the women and them kids was just all out starving, their big bellies. A lot of you all didn't even recognize. You didn't see very many men, did you? The Father said we gave them too much glory to do as they please. He said he didn't order that for them, but we made sure that they had all that they could do and what they could please. They didn't have to take care of children. They didn't have to take care of wives. They didn't have to do anything, but they want to paint the pretty picture. If the picture was so pretty then, what is going on now? The picture was never pretty, he said the Most High Yah. And it never was intended to be pretty. So all those lies you think of all those years of lying. So here I am. I'm like, okay, my vision in my head is far away from the county, away from the city, away from suburban, just away on a place, just all level ground, and just start from there. That's it. So I said to my quiet storm, I say that I'm really asking the Father that before the end of this year. He said, Mama, can that be done? You think it can? I know that it can. I know for a fact that it can. Because I really believe that we are in a critical time period. And I think that's due to the Ruach in me revealing every step of the way as I walk. He revealed, listen. And I think that's why I feel so close to the chaos. That's why I can see so much. It's because he have taken time out with me to show these things to me. So I'm saying to him, Father Yah, you can do this. You can do this. So Quiet Storm said, let's roll. I said, let's go. And that's what the thing is to be able to have this place of refuge as we be in captivity until he, it's just so many things that like I told y'all once before, that the Father has blessed my hands and my mind to do. With me, like I told you, I ain't got no sense. Sister girl can get out there and build her house. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all what I know I can do. Now, what I know he can do is way beyond what I can do. So that's why I make sure I put him in the front of it, the thought, and in the back and on every side. So I'm constantly bringing that before him. And truly, there was, when I was younger, when I said I wanted or I did something, y'all was always, bam, there it is. And I was like, where'd that come from? I always, when I told y'all, when I was I think I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It started when I was 6 and 7. Mama used to send me to the store, and I would get with mama. Mama only gave me enough money to get what she wanted. And I always wanted to get an ice cream every time. Do you know what? I would steal that ice cream and put it down in my pants. I sure did. I mean, it was like a few years passed, and one of the guys that worked there at the store, elderly man, he said, Deborah, I've been seeing what you did on the film. I said, what film? He said, see that camera? I said, yeah. He said, you've been walking out of this store with ice cream. And I felt so convicted, y'all. As a child, I never did it again. Once he revealed to me, he saw it, I never did it again. But guess who I went to? As a little girl, I went to the Most High, y'all. And I called him God back then. I said, Mama sending me to the store, and I want to get me something. I want to buy me something. And did you know, every time I went, it wasn't a quarter here and a dime here and a nickel here. A handful of change was sitting there on the ground. Every time of my life from that time on. And then it got to be $5 as I got in high school, $10. I knew how to ask him, and I knew how to receive it from him with a receiving heart. And with that relationship that I had with him, I'm going to show y'all something. It's kind of sad because I only trust in him. I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. I didn't want the mama you don't have to give me nothing. I can go to the store and talk to him, and he'll see to it that I get some money to buy something. Every time. It wasn't a time that I can remember that it did not happen. I'm going to tell y'all. That's the reason I know. That's why I don't let nobody tell me who I am and who he is in me. I abide in him and he abide in me. He is my teacher. He is my all in all. He is whom I trust in, whom I believe in, whom I lean to. He is all that and some. Because he heard my voice, y'all, as a little girl. Want me to tell you what else he did? All of that time, I would do that. I would go places, and my mother began to ask me, she said, why is it you always finding? You find money even when me and her go to the store. And if mama don't buy me nothing, I'll be looking all on at the store, looking up the aisles, and always found me $5, $10. Back then, that was a lot of money, y'all. That was what the Father in heaven did. Do you know that same one is the same one that rests there in this little old lady? I know if I were to speak it as I'm speaking it to you, I know he'll see it through. You know why? I'm not looking for heaven on no earth. I'm not asking him to build me a mountain to climb on. I'm not asking him to do nothing that he don't see fit for me, to where I still be according to his will. It ain't something that's going to make me think I'm better, or I'm safe, or I'm doing good. No, I don't want none of that. Keep that to yourself. I want to still lean and trust and believe in him. And this is what's wrong with a lot of them out here. They can stand on that devil platform and tell you, I got this, y'all. I told y'all to get this. I got it. See that? Want me to tell you how sick I am? Let me tell y'all how sick I am. I'm more so concerned about getting other people than to get me. Why? Why would you say that, Deborah? Because I know I'm going to be all right. I always felt like that. I'm going to be all right. My kids asked me, before the pandemic, I told them anything before that little thing came out. I said, whatever happened, whatever, don't come looking for me. Because this sister here, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. But in my mind, I want everybody else to be. And when I say everybody, I'm not talking about everybody in the world. People who I know they're going to be looking and desiring to be in a place of peace. Now, is it going to be peace like Sister Deborah said? No, peace that passes all understanding in Yah. That's the type of peace we need to be desiring and wanting and hoping for. That type of peace. No, it's not going to be the peace, baby. No. You ain't going to get no peace and tribulation is on your back. Oh, no. You ain't going to get no peace. You ain't going to get nothing outside of what he promised that was you're going to get. You're going to end up with. So if we thinking we're going to escape Babylon and all the crazy stuff that's going to happen, no, you're not, baby. When your face is on that ground, every last one of us, and it's not because we on the ground, praying to the Most High Yah, or we on the ground cause the enemy and got us so low than a low. Then Yah gonna deliver us. And until then, we ain't going to have it as good as we trying to make people think that, oh, we got it. We out here. We got it going on. Y'all gonna have to suffer this. We growing this. That's sick-minded people who have used everything of someone else to get to where they have what they have. They haven't worked. They haven't labored. They haven't done anything. But most and foremost, they haven't given spirit and truth. They haven't given people the light. They haven't given people anything. But their people have forward their heads up that they famous and they excellent and they great. So they can stand on the, watch this here, they can stand on the devil platform and be about them and theirs, telling you about you better get yours. You think they gonna ask you to come to their land? You think watch this here. You think if they got 2,000 subscribers, they gonna be building little houses on their land for you? Your 200 subscribers? No, not one. They ain't even got the mindset to even consider it. But that's the way Yah want it to go. That's how he want them to go, in the directions in which they are going. Lost with the cause and without. So what did that do to me? That caused me to see life in a form of your daily bread. Don't ever want Yah to give you or to do for you for next month or the month after it or 6 months from here or year from here. No, just your daily bread. I thought after it had happened to me when I was staying in Georgia, I spoke of it and I prayed and asked him, just give me my daily bread. He said, I got to teach you what that is. Because a lot of us don't know. The daily bread ain't no play, y'all. That thing is real. You see? And once he started showing me the daily bread and causing me to walk therein, I was like, oh, no. You know, but guess what? He has allowed me to live in it. I love it. Because you know what? It's no chaos in it. And believe it or not, there's peace in it. Because you're not like where I'm asking him to do. I'm asking him to bless my hands to do something. And my son, Quiet Storm hands, so that I can see the outcome at the end of the year being totally fulfilled. Totally. I can't do that. My hands can't do that. Joseph's hands can't do it. Quiet Storm, his hand can't do it, but we know who can. So I'm saying to him, if I have to labor to get there, and this is what is expected, Father, show me how to do it. That's one thing. If somebody say, okay, let's do this, I'll be on it. I have always been like that though, y'all. I can organize, I can do plan, I can do all of this, but he still got me resting with my hands, my ability to do anything, but yet he still got me living my daily bread. You tell me ain't that thick? And I thank him for that. I thank him for that because when I was staying in Georgia, I remember praying, telling him, teach me what the daily bread, living the daily bread. And he did. He showed me what that bad boy was. And I didn't know it was like that. But after I got used to it, it's all well. You don't ever want to rob anyone and take from someone. Like I said, I ain't got sense. I'm such a individual. And you know what else? I remember being in Georgia and he was teaching me about people come here like that. People come here like that, Deborah. And through me, he taught me that you come here as a giver. There's some people come as a taker. And he said there's a lot of people come as a taker. And he said there are some that even comes as the taker and a giver. They play both sides. But he said everyone comes with one or the other. And I said, I mean, it was way back then. I used to think, wow, Father, y'all. Because I told y'all don't believe this here. This sister couldn't believe that. I don't care what I did. I'm always giving. I found life was all give. You know? And like I say, until I turned 58, and I'm like, wait a minute. Here I am, still trying to find something to do for somebody and to give. And I just start crying. I don't understand why my life is like this. He showed me how he had a hedge around me at 58. He told me I had a hedge around you all your life. You always wonder why people feared you, even when you was in preschool. I never realized why. And that's what he told me. I had something around you. They better had a feared you because they couldn't come no further than I allowed them. So what they felt in them was negative towards you because they couldn't figure you out. They didn't know a hedge was around you. They couldn't even get to you. So they just assumed, well, okay, we can't get to her when she's a bad person. She's hateful. We don't like her and she's evil. She's mean. Why? Because I got a hedge around me. But I didn't know that until I was 58, on the floor crying and acting a fool. That's what I was doing. And the Father had to speak to me in my spirit. And when he did, I mean, I just remember wiping my face, coming to my knees, said, forgive me for blaming you. Forgive me, Father. Thank you so much. And he just broke that thing down to me within a quicken. He just told me, because I said, I was down there crying and saying, all my life, I don't even have sense not to give, Father. I mean, I just don't have the sense. I didn't have it. And the Father was saying that you are me. I am you. And I didn't get it. I wasn't, it didn't make any sense still. He said, I am giving gave. The world calls it love. But I am giving gave, Deborah. So that's where I get that from when I say give and gave. Because that's who he is. And this is the reason why they're not giving him their all. He said the greatest commandment. So we're going to get on this commandment thing. He said the greatest commandment is to do what? To give him your what? Your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your strength. Now watch this here. What is he going to do with your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your strength? They say that's the greatest commandment. Now you tell me, what commandment can man follow in that? How can man walk in that commandment as a commandment like they say a commandment? See, that you have to be able to know the difference. That's a spiritual commandment he's speaking of. That is a spiritual commandment. So it's different than the commandment in which man had to follow as far as instructions and direction. You see, this commandment was said to be the greatest because it's spiritual. He don't want your nasty heart if it's flesh. He don't want your nasty mind if it's flesh. He don't want your nasty spirit if it's the seed of Satan. He don't need your nasty strength if it's the strength of what is wicked. All of what he was calling was spiritual. The only way we are called to serve him. So how can that be the greatest commandment if it's asking that we give him all of these things in the spirit? How can it be a natural commandment? See, what we don't understand, commandment is a word that was placed there. The Father said if we just would have stayed with what he said, even in Genesis 2, you can see where they stuck in there that he commanded, what's his name? Adam. He said, I never command, Deborah. I instruct and direct. You see? So he's instructing and directing his spiritual ones to give me all your what? Spiritual mind, spiritual heart, your spirit. They say soul, but I say spirit, and your strength. Why? Because I already have it in the kingdom. How about that? So he's asking you for that which is spiritual. Not anything that you have in your flesh. He don't need your stanky flesh. He ain't asking for your mind in your flesh. He ain't asking for your heart in your flesh. This shows you how off balance we been for so long. 6,000 years we had it wrong. He's not commandments and laws. He is instructions and directions. And that's why we took the book and made it his word, when the book is just what he said, instructions and directions. And then when I come to live in you, I will be the teacher that will teach you it all. But I will teach you from the spirit realm to the natural, not from the natural of these books, Deborah, to the spirit. Nothing comes from the natural end to the spirit. It has to come from within, which is the spirit to the natural. And this is what I was explaining to you, how people teach and how they teach you all. They teach you that, what is it? I ain't gonna say the word, but they teach you butt backwards. And the people are content and feel pleased and satisfied that they're getting it the opposite way. And all they have to do is, when you break into twos, when you start breaking things down in twos, it'll give you a real clear understanding of the things of Yah. It'll give you a clear understanding, because if heaven broke everything down in twos, why are we down on the earth making everything one or the other? That's Satan doing. Because y'all orchestrated everything in twos from the kingdom. And didn't the prayer say, like it is in heaven, let it be on earth as it is in heaven? We done forgot heaven. We can call everything on earth to be that it's all that and some, and don't understand it. Heavens has orchestrated it, you guys, from the beginning to the end. It's like it's will from A to Z, and we still on A, trying to figure out how we're going to get to B. So I say unto you, a lot of times when we were talking about commandments, a lot of times people never understood that when he was talking to Adam in the garden, he was giving him instructions and directions. Simply instructions and directions. The Roman Catholic and the power of the authority of men switched it over to commandment and law. If you really think about it, put it in the right way. Instructions and directions is the order that Yah has called us to walk therein. That's the righteous way. But when we want to use law and commandment like an iron fist to make people think, oh, you got to follow the law and the commandment. Look how the law of this land has represented law. Totally unjust. They command you this. They command you that. Look how command has been used. The word command has been used on the whole house of Israel. So we cannot just assume that everything that is in order, it has to be the commandment and the law. It's because we who are born of the flesh has that mindset, but he that is born of the spirit, you have been born again, where your eyes are fully open and now you see. You are spiritual now, because now you see in the spirit realm of his creation, where you see many people still living out of that iron claw law and that iron claw commandment. And he said, even in Genesis 1, I gave him only an instruction and a direction, Deborah. I've always gave people that. And they can't see me. Even in that simple direction is instructions and direction. That's it. Just imagine if Yah wanted to deal with you and he give you instructions and direction. Do you know you probably would follow it? Because it's you realize, oh, all it is instructions and direction. Because he knows what's best for me. You see what I'm saying? But when they start pulling out, follow the law and the commandments, and they didn't understand, nobody on the earth can follow the law and commandments. That's why the law and the commandments, as you all knew it, and you don't know it now, because now it comes to live in us. You get it? And they still don't understand that, because it could never be upheld back then. Even in Torah, nowhere did they uphold the law and commandment. So we needed something greater than that law and that commandment. And what was that? The Ruach HaKodesh of the Most High Yah. He that is all law and commandment in the heavens and on the earth. How you like him now? Now, who's going to buckle up against him when he's greater in you? He wants to know who's going to say that I'm in here, I'm in their spirit, and you're going to sit and try to make them feel that the law in the way you see law and the commandments in the way you believe it is going to override me that's in them. Huh. You use that law and that commandment and leave mine alone. I rule all of it. See, they don't get it. That's going back to show you how everybody has totally forsaken his right hand power, who he is, him creating the beginning to the end. They didn't left him alone totally. And now it's all in the authority and the command of men. It's only going to go this way and this way only. No, you don't rule nothing, baby. You fail to realize what's now in us that has never been and is now. That's all commandments that you can even come up with. It's within us. You know, he's greater than he that is in the world. And any other law and commandments y'all want to pull up. He's greater than that. So how you going to mess with his? You can't. So stand down, clowns. How about that? So what he was showing me is Psalms 19. In Psalms 19, he was showing me something about this law here. In Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7 through 9. In Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7 through 9. And it reads, 19 and verse 7. The law of Yah is perfect. The law of Yah is perfect. The law of Yah is perfect. If you're thinking he's talking about the 10 commandments and all these other laws, no, he's not. Only one thing perfect in the heavens and on the earth, and that is Yah himself. So he's letting you know the law of Yah is perfect, converting the spirit. So you mean to tell me, Father, the law that is perfect, it comes to do what? Convert the what? The spirit, y'all, not the flesh. So wait a minute, Father, then what law is that they got on the outside? He said it's not the same law on the inside, Deborah. So that's what he wants you to know. The twos. There's a law on the outside, there's a law on the inside. And let me tell you, nothing on this earth that has law and commandments can withstand the law on the inside. All you have to do is look at this one verse. I'm going to go on down, but I'm just showing you right here. It says, Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7, the law of Yah is perfect, converting the spirit. The testimony of Yah is sure, making wise simple. What wise is that? It's not the wise that you have in your flesh. It's the wise that is spirit, that's founded in Yah. Okay? So he said in verse 8, the status of Yah are right, righteous in a sense, all right. Rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yah. There you go again. So he's telling you about the law and the commandment of Yah is in him. And it's not the same as the law and commandment, which many would want you to think. That's why we don't turn to him today. That's why we distance from him, because we still don't know him. We have not learned. We didn't learn everything out of these monkey mouth people, but we ain't learned nothing, spirit and truth. Now listen to this. In verse 8, and it says, all right, rejoicing the heart. That's not a natural heart, y'all. That's a spiritual heart. The commandment of Yah is pure. You know, these commandments, these 10 commandments and these laws are not pure. Come on now, watch this here. Enlightening the eyes. This is why they tell you that the eyes tells the story. It tells the story. Verse 9. The fear of Yah is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of Yah are true and righteous altogether. Where's all that coming from, Father? All we was talking about was, wait a minute, what we coming with all that, Father, Yah? We were talking about commandments and law. Where all this coming from? He said, Deborah, they need to understand there is a law and a commandment that I am. And I'm going to break that down. It's not called law and commandment. It called instructions and direction. That's in me that I give to mine. You see? Here it's calling it law and commandment. So he's saying that all of it is spiritual in him. So if he gonna come to abide in you, you're not under the law in which the eyes of the flesh see. You're not under the commandment that the flesh see. The commandment and the law is instructions and direction, and it is in Yah. How can we tell he that created the outside law and the inside law, which law is more important than the other? Only one can tell us that is he that is greater in us. And he has told us. He told me, I would not put a spirit of a creator up against the 10 commandments and the laws of this land, or the laws in which flesh and blood call the law, the commandments in which flesh and blood calls the commandments. When Yah called them simply instructions and directions. He said from the beginning to the end, all I wanted them to do is follow what? My instructions and my direction. And all this here power punching they doing with commandments and the law, that's because their flesh got in the way. And they can't see me spiritual to understand I'm so simple. I am so simple, Deborah. And this is how he taught me coming up. And this is another reason why I wasn't able to embrace the churches that I went to. But you know what, though? The strangest thing about the churches that I did attend, the pastors and their wives, they acted like they was afraid of me too. But that goes back to what he was telling me, though. Because my mom went telling her pastor, well, my daughter said this, my daughter said this. And they told her, you better leave your daughter alone. The Most High God is dealing with her. And my mother never ran back and told nothing else I said. At least I don't think she did. Because she thought everything I was saying, well, wait a minute, I'm going to tell my pastor. I'm going to tell you whatever you want. It ain't going to override what I'm saying. Because if greater is he that is in me, how can what you say, they say, you say, they say, going to override he that's greater in me? I'm not going to allow it. Okay? So, as we see in Psalms, he's telling you all these routes of who he is. And I'm like saying, well, why are we talking about you? If commandment is for us out here and law is for us out here, well, why are we all up in you, Father, y'all? Wait a minute, what's going on in Psalms 19? What is this thing in 19? The law of Yah is perfect. Where is this perfect? Converting the spirit, assure, wise and simple. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Right, rejoice the heart, peer, enlighten the eyes. Wait a minute, what is all that about? A commandment in the law? He said, Deborah, that's a different one. That's why I'm trying to get them to understand. The law of the flesh is different from the law of the spirit. Okay? The law of the spirit don't answer to the law of the flesh. Why? Because the power of who the law of the spirit is, it upholds the law of the flesh in a way and in the order in which he has ordained it, instructions and direction he give unto us to show us the right way, to show us wisdom in the spirit, to show us knowledge in the spirit, to give us understanding in the spirit. This is what law is in him, instructions and direction. He said the beginning of what was it? The beginning of something, he said, is wisdom. That's spiritual wisdom, y'all. That ain't this natural mess they on these devil platform trying to teach y'all. They ain't trying to teach you. They've been teaching you for many years. That's why a lot of people so messed up. But they ain't where they exactly where y'all want them to be. I can definitely say that. So when I was looking in Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 18, I was looking in Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 18. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 18. And it reads, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Nope, that's not it, is it? 19. Wait a minute, against, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as I said. Nope, I did the wrong one. It is the right one, but I think I word to go up. Let me see. Leviticus chapter 19, and I got 18 here, and then I circled it. Wait a minute. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbors as thyself. I am. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let the cattle gender with a no, that ain't it. I cannot believe I did this. And I know that I read that. Nope. I don't know where. You know what I think it was? I had my large Bible. And let me see if, no. And that was a good one too, because I read it. And I circled it. And I can't believe I'm not. And I think, let me see what was he talking about? I don't even, something about giving your all. I don't know what it was about, but I cannot believe I sure got that one wrong there. Yep, you guys. Let's go to Matthew's chapter. Where's it at? Let's try Matthew's chapter 22 and 36. Matthew's chapter 22. I had this huge Bible. I had left this one in the car, and I don't see how I wrote the wrong, but I did. I'm a cuckoo clock. I'm a cuckoo clock. Oh, Matthew's chapter 22, verse 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Matthew's chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Yeshua said unto them, thou shalt love Yah with all thy heart. You notice he didn't say love him. He said Yah. With all thy heart, with all thy spirit, and with all thy mind. Why? The love is give Yah all. Thy heart, give Yah all. Thy spirit, give Yah all thy mind. Why? Because he owned it already. Give it to him. That's the greatest commandment. Is to give him what already belongs to him. And that's why I try to teach throughout the time I've been on here. Heaven's already orchestrated everything where it's supposed to be. Even the Lamb Book of Life got everybody in there that's going to be in there. The Lake of Hell got them books, got everybody in there that's going. It's nothing you going to come down on this earth and orchestrate your way. So it's saying here, Yeshua said unto them, thou shalt give Yah, thy Yah, all thy heart, with all thy, give thy spirit, and with all thy mind. He was asking you to give it willingly because your flesh would try to hold all that back. So give it. Now, when he's saying this, didn't y'all tell us we can't worship him in the flesh? So we know he's not talking about our flesh mind, our flesh heart. See how cuckoo clock people can be? If Yeshua telling you to give this to him, you think he wants your flesh? What y'all want with your flesh? Tell me, somebody, what do you want with your flesh? What do you want with your mind? He don't want your flesh. He's telling you the part of you that has a spirit. That spirit that you have a mind and a heart. Give it to Yah. You see? He don't want your flesh mind. He don't want your what is it? Not only the flesh, the heart, your spirit. Ain't no such thing as no soul. So then you go here to 38. It says, this is the first and great commandment. You know what it's saying, y'all? Listen to this. 38. This is the first and great instructions and direction. That's how simple Yah has made it. Now watch this here. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt give your neighbors as thyself. What do you mean give your neighbors as thyself? That's what he's wanting you to treat your neighbors as you would treat yourself. And if you give yourself to Yah, then what does that mean for your neighbor? You see, we don't understand this whole mission is spirit. It always been. Is it natural too? It's natural, but you got to understand, he that is born of the flesh is born of the flesh. That's natural. He that's born of the spirit is born of the spirit. Even though we don't want to give the spirit a mission, but we want to give the flesh its mission, that's on us. To me, it's over. It's finished. All because we have forsaken the spiritual route of the right-hand power of who God is. And we have traded it for flesh and our flesh way of doing things, seeing things, and interpreting things. In verse 40 says, on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. That don't even make no sense. All the law, on verse 40, on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Now let me do this. Verse 40, on these two instructions and direction hangs all instructions and direction and the prophets instructions and directions they have given. We don't understand that the instructions and direction is the commandment of the Most High Yah. When they say commandment and command, when you go into Hebrew and you look up instructions and direction, first thing you will say, that's the same, that is exactly what he told Adam in the garden. That is exactly the way he showed Adam in the garden. It's just that man then smeared it and used other words to make it a power struggle. You know how many people have, do y'all know a lot of people commit suicide because they feel they can't keep up with the commandments? They can't uphold the commandments. Do y'all know that? Do you know that you got a large number of males and females who don't even have a relationship with their mothers nor their fathers? And it's not because that they don't have it. It's just that they just got that enemy against their parents. And that's one of the commandments. So it's a lot of things that people are not upholding. You see the Hebrew Israelite movement, the majority of those men, they don't deal with their mama nor their daddy nor their grandmother. They got this hate built up to keep them from realizing that, hey, baby, you messed up you messed up the commandments if you're trying to keep it in the natural, because you don't honor your mother nor your father. You see what I'm saying? And around about in this day and time, look at how these mothers getting killed. Look how these mothers are being disrespected. I would say it with the father, but they ain't never been there. But how is that? What you gonna do with that commandment? You see what I'm saying? It has to be bigger than what we think the commandment and the law is. You get what I'm saying? It has to have a spiritual meaning to it, and not just what man say. You got to keep the law. You got to keep the commandment. Every pastor, every mooring, seer, watchman, every priest, every prophet, every prophetess, every one of them always talking this stuff about commandment, and keeping the commandments. And y'all say if you miss one of your fake commandments, you'd have missed them all. Why not stand on my commandments? For they are spirit and they are truth. So if you missing the commandment in which you trying to make like an iron claw, because you'd have missed 2 or 3 of them, you don't. If you want to keep it like you said that it is, that's the same thing with this book. They are so in tune with making you. Do y'all know this book is the only book that have been able to, the people, not the book itself, but the people who switched certain things and the people who are using it as a tool to deceive and to hammer people in order that they may have control over you. This is the only book in the world that does that. And that's why they ain't gonna let you go by. They ain't gonna free you. They're gonna put you up against this book 24/24. because that's the only way they can control you all. Isn't that sad? The only way they can have power over you is through this paperback book. And if they can convince you that this paperback book is the word and you got to stand on this book, guess what? You're doomed. Because that's what they deceiving everybody with. Y'all didn't know that? You didn't know all these different denomination, belief, interpretation? How can one book have 1,000, maybe way more than that, probably 1,000 different religions and belief, interpretation out of this one book? How could the word dark means anything outside of dark? But it does in the eyes of many. How could light mean anything outside of light? It does in the eyes of many. Why? Because people really believe that if they can take this book and beat you inside out, outside in, you'll never get the Ruach to show you who he is. Because they got you on the outside beating you with a paperback book. And y'all said, wait a minute, hold up. I'm on the inside. I am the word. And this is how they're trapping many people all over the world. Even all of them run to this book for something. But yet they believe in something different. They believe even in a different creator. They believe in a different creator. They think they are the creator. They think they are the power. And I can't stand it when I hear Judah and them saying it, but that's what they're doing today. They think they're the God. We are God. We can create this. We can do this. If we just make up our mind and we do this and you go right ahead. This sister here ain't got no mind. She ain't got no sense. And I ain't going to give my fleshly mind no authority to think he got the power to do anything outside of the power that's greater in me. I give it all glory and all praise and honor. I'm not sitting around here trying to make these people think what they teach it is it. No, it is not. Only one he said would come would be the Ruach to teach us. And not now one of the people want the Ruach. They want somebody in the flesh. You got it? So go on and keep on walking in that. You got it? I don't know what y'all gonna do, how he's gonna I ain't even get caught up in how he gonna do it. Because the way they teaching on these platforms is just, to me, it's getting more crazier and crazier. I want to also say to you all that has donated to Sister Deborah and has given her a drink. You best bet. You best bet. Let me. I'm gonna say something to you all, and I'm gonna end. The other day, I wanted to share something with you all about myself, and I want to share with you that for you to have done what you've done by giving and donating to Sister Deborah, I want to let you know it's definitely spiritual. Let me tell you why. Because this sister ain't got no sense. How about that? How about that? I ain't got no sense, and I don't care. I know I ain't got no sense. And I ain't gonna stand on this devil platform and tell you I do. My mother, I believe it didn't come from my daddy. No, my daddy. No, it didn't come from my daddy. This came from my mother's father. Had to have. It came from my mother's father's father's father's. Had to have. And it's a line of let me tell you what I did that was wrong. And I want y'all to just hear this before I want to share this, because 3 or 4 times I wanted to mention it and I didn't. And since I'm saying to those who have donated to Sister Deborah, I want you to take this to be very, very spiritual in a way that you truly didn't give to a woman that's cuckoo clock. You truly didn't give it to a woman that ain't got no sense. Because listen to this. I just gave you all a little bit about when I was coming up and how anything I wanted, y'all brought it in. Okay. Each and every last one of the children I have, they'll sit and tell you, we lived our daily bread, but they saw God in our house, seeing their way through. Or every last one of them. They know that. This here, I need to tell you all this. I really do. I believe it came through my mother. Because all my sisters and them got it, y'all. All my sisters and them got it. It's called pride. Pride. I accepted the fact that I had pride. I don't think I got it like I had it. My pride was I didn't want nothing from nobody. I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. I didn't want nobody to hand me nothing. So for you to bless Sister Deborah because she got Cash App and she got TikTok. No, that's not TikTok. GoFundMe. You don't know what stage that is that has helped me to understand that I had to remove that pride. I have always had pride against anybody doing anything for me. I was just giving you all that example about when I was a little girl. Mama didn't have to give me nothing. I spoke to the Most High. Yeah, he made sure he put it right there for me. Boy, I couldn't wait to go to the store then. Mama, you won't need anything at the store. In me was a spirit of a giver. It was so rooted in me so bad. If I would go somewhere to a store and someone was talking and said they need something, oh baby, you need, oh what, yeah, I have, or I give you this. I didn't even have to know the people. I was created to be a giver. You see what I'm saying? That's my whole life. I told you, my mother said that child has lost her mind. She'd give her head away if it wasn't screwed on. My mother, throughout her life, have seen me as her daughter, the only one that was truly what you call a giver. I was the type of giver is I give, don't you give me nothing back. I ain't taking it back. Nope. I was just that silly, y'all. I'm telling you, I ain't got no sense. But I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. That was pride. That was pride. And it wasn't a heavy level of pride. It's just that when I didn't want people to give me nothing. All my life, you got to understand, I was the one to give. And if somebody tell me they gonna give me, no, you ain't. For what? You see? And if they tried it, they had a hard time. Because I never accepted anything. And it was a level of pride, you guys. I remember when the Father said to me, who do you think you are? That you can give but cannot receive. That's what I did. I felt that, hey, I was created to do this. And I always, as a young girl, knew that I was born to be a giver because I always try to find something to give somebody or to make sure somebody have something. You know what I told y'all my son did? He's in Denver, Colorado. He's at the ski resort. He works up there. You know what he did? He sent me 5, what you call it? Gift cards. Electronic gift cards on my phone. $100 bills a piece. You know why he did that? He said, I sent you that. I said, well, why did you send that? Who you think wrote that? He was trying to explain to me what that's my baby boy. All my life, I seen you give everything you have. And I don't want you giving it. I want it for you. That's what he said. My poor baby. 2 years ago, he walked up to me and gave me a gift card. It had, I think it was like $3.75 at a shoe store. I said, who you think going there to buy them shoes? I did this, mama. This is the same baby boy. I did this because I knew if I gave you cash, you would give it away. That's what my son said. And I don't want you, he didn't want me buying my daughter nothing. He didn't want me giving my son nothing. He didn't want me. He said throughout my life, he's seen me take everything I had, either if I'm giving it to somebody in the household or I'm giving it to a total stranger. So my babies have seen their mama have no sense. They've seen their mama to be, because that's my baby boy. They've seen me be a giver. They know that this woman, if it's nothing she do right, she'll give until she can't give no more. So I have always, you guys, been a giver, but I did not like to receive. So let me explain to those who have donated to me. I had an issue because I truly believe, without a doubt, that the Most High will fulfill his work. He might not do it today, he might not do it tomorrow, but he will. So I had this pride still there, and I thought I had outbeat it. I thought I did, but I realized that it wasn't. Guess how I found out? It's when I went to the Father and I said, now, these people are donating to me, Father. You said, he that give a prophet a drink, receive a prophet reward. You know what he told me? I don't need you to tell me how to reward anyone. You see? He said, you know why you want that? Because you don't want nobody giving you nothing. And you want me to bless them so you will know that they gave and they got a blessing for it. He said, that's still that pride, some of that pride still up in you. And he broke that thing all the way down, y'all. He said, so you want me to bless each and every last one of them. And you cry out to me to bless them as if I don't know how. You can't tell me how to bless those that bless you. Because I was going back saying, are you blessing them, Father? Are you blessing them? And then he had to shut me down and say, no, you want me to bless them because you don't have the sense to receive a blessing without you giving a blessing. You see how messed up that is, y'all? That's messed up from the floor up. So that's what the Father is dealing with me, is that you want to, you trying to get me to cover up, to give a blessing to those who have blessed you, when my word is going to stand. But it ain't going to stand when you give it order. He said, you still got some of that pride in you because you don't want to be feeling like someone is blessing you. So you want me to right now, quickly, as they bless you, bless them back. Oh, the Father checked me, y'all. He checked me because he wanted, and that was 100%. I went to telling him how, Father, I know it because I've known you to bless others that has done anything for me. You bless them abundantly. But he was telling me that's a form of pride because you don't want to be feeling like nobody's giving or someone is doing. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And according for me to bless them, it got to come out of your box and be in mine. I'm not going to let your pride, because you want me to bless them back because they bless you and you want me to bless them right now because you keep coming to me, telling me and asking me, have you blessed them, Father? Bless them, Father, because that's so nice of them. That's so loving of them. He said, but you trying to cover that pride because you are a giver and you don't want to be a receiver. That's pride, Deborah. You thought you had let go all of that, didn't you? That's still there. You still got some of it there. That's why you sitting here telling me, have I blessed them yet? Or are you going to bless them? And when you going to bless them? Because that's so nice of them. That's so sweet of them. You just don't like the feeling of receiving because of that pride. I don't know what to do as far as having that pride. But I said to the Father, if I speak it to them, maybe it would deliver me. Maybe you would deliver me from it if I just put it out there. Let them see the light of who Sister Deborah is. She's too silly. She ain't got no sense. You see? So I thank the Father for chastising me and disciplining me and letting me know that's a string of pride. Nope, you don't have the pride that your sister and your mother and them have. You're a long ways from that. But this here stuff here you talking about, that's pride. You want me to cover so you won't feel you received anything, because then you know I've been blessed. So you won't have that feeling of receiving, because you ain't got no sense. I know I ain't got none. And I ain't worried about it, because I got what it takes to go to the other side. I tell you that. So I feel if I put that out there just to let you know that, and I started off by saying I appreciate everything and what you all have done, and how you have blessed Sister Deborah. He knows that's a part of it. He knows my heart is very receiving. But it's a string of pride that says, I don't want to be a receiver. I'm really not a receiver. I'm a giver. That's why my son them don't give. They say, no, He say, you're going to take this and you're going to give it away. You're going to do this, you're going to give it away. No. So he asked me, that was what, about a month ago when he gave me them gift cards. You know, he asked me the other day, do you still have those gift cards? And where are they? Because he want to make sure. I said, I used it. I said, I got me a laptop. That's what I told him. He said, take a picture. My poor baby said, take a picture of it. Because in him, he's seen his mama be a giver. And I told y'all, my kids have seen their mom out there, and that's all they know their mama is, if she ain't nothing. So what happened? I have been out 4 or 5 times with my adult sons. And my baby girl like that too. And I had to tell Quiet Storm, and I felt so bad, y'all. I felt so bad. Quiet Storm, this European guy come running up on him, talking about, can you spare $1? Can you spare $1? Next thing I know, before I can say, when I went to look at him and ask him, I was saying something to this man. All of a sudden, Quiet Storm poured out. I think he had a 20. That man jacked that 20 and took off running. I said, Joseph, what's wrong with you? That's what I said. Quiet Storm name is Joseph. Joseph, what's wrong with you? Why'd you give him that? He said he needed $1. Joseph, why'd you give him $20? You know what? I was hollering at him on the streets, telling my son, you don't do that. He said, but mama, you always did it. I said, let me tell you something, son. Mama got the spirit for it. My spirit discerned people. Why you think that man took off running? He jacked it from you without even saying thanks and took off running. Mama do it. When mama do it, she do it out of a spirit. Not out of, because they asked me. He did it again. He said, you gonna get mad. I said, you know I'm mad. I said, Joseph, that's not how you do it, baby. It's a spiritual feeling you feel. And even before you even hand it, you saying a prayer over it, that the Father will allow them to touch it and they be delivered. First and foremost in the spirit realm. See, it's not just here you go, here. And it's not that you need to minister and pray over them and all of this in here. It's just a spiritual thing for me. And when he sat there and he told me I did it, and I mean, he was like, I think 19 years old, but I felt bad because I hollered at him, you know, and I realized he's sitting here saying, well, mama, you did it. You know, he was telling me that's where I got it from. I'm like, y'all don't get it. It's not, That's not how you do it. It's a spiritual thing when mommy did it. And it's a spiritual thing. And it has. And it is, y'all. It really is. It's not something. Now, when I say I don't have no sense, I really don't. But when someone I have given I feel that it's a spiritual thing. I don't have time to sit and ask this person, what you gonna do with it? How you gonna do this? All I need to do is pray over what I'm about to hand over. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times the Spirit of the Most High said, don't you get him that. How say him get a meal? That won't even give him a meal. Don't go handing nobody no dollar. That can't give him a meal. You wouldn't want nobody giving your son and daughter a dollar for a meal. So you see how I'm saying? This is the Spirit be talking to me when I'm doing this. You see? But my children have seen their mama. I'm sure if anything happened to me, Quiet Storm would do my sermon. And he would say, one thing I can say, I know my mother was a woman of the Most High. She was strictly a giver. But I was not that when I got to be an adult or a teenager. I was that as a little girl. Always talking, telling mama how I'm going to take care of all the poor people in the world. Oh, I really thought you guys, I really thought I would. I thought that I was going to be able to take care of everybody in the world. I really did. All the hungry and needy, I really thought that until the Father told me can't be done, Deborah. So you can clear that up. And ever since he had told me that was it. I never thought of it again. He said, no, they're going to always be with you. You ain't going to be able to do it. It's not my will. And ever since he had told me that, I never done it again. So I just thank the Father for allowing me to share that. The reason why is I wanted to let you all know that I do appreciate it, and that there are those that have been so faithful. They have been so faithful. This is the reason why I know it's a spiritual thing, because if an individual is doing this, they would have to be doing this on behalf of y'all. You see, because I ain't got no sense. You get what I'm saying? And this is what he said. I got my T's crossed and my I's dotted. I don't need you to tell me when to pour out. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. But I don't need you to check me, Deborah. I mean, he checked me real. And I love it. I love his chastising. I love his discipline. And I love his correction. Even when I don't have no sense, I still embrace it all, because I know it's a part of my spiritual journey. And it's a part of him greater in me than me, myself in this flesh. So I thank him. I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I thank the Father for you all. But I will say something that he did say today. He was saying that the information that I am pouring out onto these platforms is strictly food for the spirit, for the mission that we are heading to, because we're going to need it. Because there's going to be a time out of here and probably a short travel to the promised land. All of these things I'm saying, it might not be manifesting like it need to be, but I bet you that on that journey, you're going to use it. Everything in that backpack, you're going to use. And you're using it now, because now, believe it or not, y'all might not know this, a lot of it is setting you free. It's letting you know you don't have to clown with the town. You don't have to be out here chasing all these different control freaks who's trying to get you to do this, do this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this. And y'all standing here saying, what's wrong with them? Oh, I already know. They already wrote, they already written. You see? Because the things that they're doing has no, how would I say it? I mean, does nothing to even glorify him at all. You know what I'm saying? Or just to put him, I don't know. I just think he's the light to the direction of where we're going. I just know for a fact. I don't think it. I know it. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I hope you got something out of it. I had so many, about 15 verses that's speaking of the commandment, but I will cover it. I try to cover it this week, of the commandments, and I will be updating, not no time soon, but real soon. No time soon, but real soon. What I'm hoping that the Most High Yah is doing in this day and time. Y'all keep trusting in the only one we need to be trusting in, and don't let us not lead to our own understanding, but know that our status, our understanding, don't mean nothing when they run up on His. So I, Sister Deborah, again appreciate each and every last one of you all in the live chat, and I said I will be back. Shalom and shalom.